Stoicism is based on the principle of being present and living in the moment, as life is about taking action, not worrying or regretting. When you focus on the present, there is no room for anything beyond this moment. By keeping your thoughts occupied with moving forward, you can achieve serenity and stability. On the other hand, if you give in to worry, it will trap you and cause unnecessary suffering. Seneca once said, "He who suffers before it is necessary, suffers more than is necessary." Suffering before it's necessary means that you are suffering twice, once before the problem arises and again when it appears. Why suffer over a problem that hasn't even happened yet and might never happen? By suffering prematurely, you fill your mind with negative thoughts, which can diminish your performance. Instead, embrace the present and accept the past, which cannot be changed. This will help you lead a serene life without negative worries. If you worry about external events, it's not the events themselves that trouble you, but the judgment you pass on them. Erasing this judgment depends solely on you, as Marcus Aurelius said. Worrying about things beyond your control can attract unforeseen situations into your life. Life is unpredictable, and you cannot control most events. Therefore, it's just a judgment of your mind to worry about them. Worrying about what doesn't directly depend on your actions is your choice, and often, this type of worry doesn't even become a problem or torment. So, it's up to you to decide whether to worry or not. Stoicism teaches us that worry stems from our emotional reactions. Therefore, practicing self-control is essential to avoid worry. We must learn to manage our emotions and thoughts. Humans are emotional beings, and they cannot avoid feeling emotions like anger, euphoria, or sadness. These emotions will always exist within us. As an individual, your duty lies in controlling them and deciding that they won't affect your state. One increasingly common type of worry leads to depression and anxiety, largely due to our anxiety about the supposed problem. Excessive worrying not only focuses your attention on something uncertain and possibly real, but also burdens your mind and leads straight to anxiety. The more effort you put into confronting what torments you, the greater the worry. Face your uncertainties as soon as possible. Your life needs you in the present. Anything else is a distraction. As mentioned earlier, if you have to suffer, you will suffer, it's inevitable. Worry is a purposeless mental activity. As Epictetus said, nearly 90% of the activities we engage in have a purpose except worry. It's not in the material world, but in our minds. That's why worries will always be useless, wasting our most precious asset, time. What makes a person suffer is reality, not imagination. That's where your worries will dissipate. The nature of all your worries is external to you. If you have to suffer, you'll suffer. So why pay attention to the inevitable? It will only bring more suffering than the worry itself. Precious moments don't repeat themselves, and this day won't come again, as Marcus Aurelius said. Let this determine what you do, say, and think. This is the true way to remember and be aware of the finiteness of life. By accepting that one day, we will all die, you will stop worrying about superficial, trivial, and fleeting things. 90% of your worries arise from the excessive thoughts created by the mind. Therefore, most worries don't represent a real threat. Always remember that you have complete power not to be dominated by them. In his book Meditations, the historical philosopher Emperor Marcus Aurelius offers profound principles to free the mind from worry and cultivate a more serene life through historical philosophy. Here are 3 historical principles extracted from his reflections that can help us overcome the worry of the mind. Acceptance of the nature of life. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that life is full of challenges, uncertainties, and inevitable changes. Accepting this reality is crucial to avoid unnecessary worries. He encourages us to recognize that many things are beyond our control, and diversity is an intrinsic part of human existence. By internalizing this truth, we can direct our energy toward what is within our reach, our reactions and attitudes to events. Accepting the transient and often unpredictable nature of life helps us face situations with more equanimity, minimizing mental restlessness. Separation between things within our control and those outside it. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the importance of distinguishing between what we have direct control over and what we do not. He argues that most worries arise when we confuse these two domains. What's under our control, our will, attitudes, and responses. However, many aspects of life are beyond our control, such as the actions of others or natural events. By focusing our efforts on what we can influence and humbly accepting what we cannot, we can avoid unnecessary distress. A clear understanding of this distinction helps us not to cling excessively to outcomes that are not in our hands. Practicing emotional detachment, Stoicism instructs us not to be slaves to our emotions and to cultivate the ability to observe them with detachment. Marcus Aurelius guides us to analyze our feelings impartially, recognizing that they do not define us completely. When we realize that we are more than our momentary emotions, we gain the capacity to choose how to react to them. Practicing emotional detachment does not mean suppressing emotions but not letting them govern our actions and thoughts harmfully. This helps reduce the worry generated by emotional intensity and allows for a more rational approach to challenges. If you want to go further on relevant topics about Stoicism, please subscribe to Stoic Today and comment down below. Thank you.